It's Nikki from the Rockpit, and welcome to Sixx with Sixx. Tonight, I'm super, super excited because we're talking to two of the amazing people from Avalanche, hard rockers from Sydney. How you doing?
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Thanks so much for having the time to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, absolute pleasure. I'm actually a little bit salty because I could not make an attendance to the gig at Cherry Saturday night. So my deepest apologies, but how'd you go? Did it go off? I saw some clips.
Yeah. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, by the end of the night, the room was packed and everyone was nice and drunk, and it was a really good show.
And we played the night before in Wollongong as well.
So. Did you play the gong? Did you?
Yeah. To Arlie Beach Hotel.
Yeah, nice. But I always get impressed when you walk into the crowd. You just have no fear. You just go on in and wail. I'm like, do you ever get scared that, I don't know, some drunken bozo's going to bump into you or something?
I've had a few, bump-ins and funny moments, but what are you going to do?
It was the 1 a.m. shows. That's what you're going to watch out for.
Yeah, I think, there was one time where I probably shouldn't have done it because we played a 1 a.m. show at Cherry Bar after Cherry Fest, which was like an all-day festival. So everyone was so beyond drunk, throwing glasses and things. It was a bit crazy, so I probably shouldn't have gone out that day. But that was probably the only bad one. But the rest of it's fine.
Oh, that's good. Well, congratulations on Dad, I Joined a Rock and Roll Band. What a banger of a song! Can I just say, what a banger! I love it so much. It's one of those songs where you wake up. Sorry, you wake up at 3 in the morning and it's going in your head. It's like, it's an earworm, man. I love it. So
thank you.
That film clip is one of the most wholesome film clips I've ever seen in my life, with all the actual real dads, not paid actors, rocking out with you at the end. Did you have to twist their arm? Was there anyone's dad who was a little bit shy or had to be coerced into coming on?
I think we were pretty lucky. They were all pretty proud of us and wanted to sort of pitch in where they could, which was really, really cool. It was such an easy process, really. It was 2 weekends that we, I think, shot everything in.
I would say that Ryan, our drummer's dad, was probably the most camera shy, but he was the one that went the most crazy at the end, swinging his jacket in the air and stuff. So that was fun to see. And the other dads had beers in the hand, so they were happy.
Yeah. No, I think it's so awesome. As I said, I just find it wholesome because they start really, and by the end they're just rocking out. I love it. And was it filmed in actual houses, like if your dad's houses or your houses?
Yeah, each one was a room in each dad's house. So
in the actual house.
Really authentic, yeah.
I love you when Dad's trying to walk into the bathroom. Nope.
Oh yeah, we had some funny ideas on the spot there. That one of them. It doesn't make a lot of sense, some of the shots we had, but it's all in good fun. So.
Is it just a little bit of irony that you've been going 6 years, but you've now decided to drop a song called Dad, I Joined a Rock and Roll Band? Because I feel like that might have happened a little while ago.
Yeah, well, I guess it's about that moment, when you're a teenager and you tell your dad, I want to be a musician and I'm joining a band. So it's kind of overdue, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely about thinking back to those days when our parents probably weren't that enthusiastic about it when we first told them, but they've since come around as they, do in the end of the video. So it's all very true to life, I guess.
And thinking about the idea for the song for a very long time.
Yeah, I have had that title sort of in my head for quite a while. Yeah, eventually we got it all together. So.
And were any cars crashed when you were younger?
Yes.
I think every one of us.
Yeah.
No!
After our guitarist bring in a bumper, and that was an actual bumper from a car that he crashed.
Yeah, it was pretty grizzly.
I think we've all done that, yeah.
That's all right. Now, I'm going to ask a really weird question, but humour me with this one. One of my friends who was at the Cherry gig described your guitar playing beat, and he described it as fucking insane. So, Steve, if you're watching this, I've told them what you said. Was it intentional that you play a Gibson, or was that just because it's a guitar you love? Was there any AC/DC reference or...
Yeah, well, I probably did start playing that guitar because I did really like Angus and AC/DC when I was a teenager, but I did try other guitars as well, like Fenders and Les Pauls. Les Pauls were too heavy. Fenders were not really the sound I wanted, so SG was definitely the lightest and kind of easiest to play for me as well as just having a good sound. And yeah, I've liked it. I've had an SG for a while now.
That one's starting to get pretty old, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Was
I
it
have to get a new
2019?
one soon, yeah.
Yeah, you have to get a new one.
It's vintage. It's rock and roll. It's perfect.
Well, it's funny, like Veronica actually, like, she seems to run the frets out really quickly on those
I've
ones.
had like more refrets than I probably should until I need a neck replacement. That's why I used to have another SG, but that one needs a complete neck replacement. And that used to be a cherry, like red colored one, and this one's a black one, but I might need to, or ebony or whatever they call it. But I might need a complete neck replacement or a new guitar soon.
She plays too hard on them.
Well, I'm not surprised based on what I've seen and heard. And Steve, were you always meant to play bass, or did that just kind of happen because of circumstance at the time?
I mean, I've played guitar and bass like pretty much most of my life, like since I was probably 12 or 13. And I even have like a bit of a formal education in music as well. Did half a diploma after school in TAFE and that. And so yeah, when I joined the band, it was originally supposed to be just singing, but we didn't have a bass player at the time, and I just sort of put my hand in it. I was like, I'll do it for the time being, and it just kind of ended up fitting so well that, I love it.
That's awesome. You look very comfortable with it. But I just read something. I feel like you almost took that on as okay, I'm doing this too now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I kind of was at first, but I've absolutely fell in love with the bass. It's one of my favorite instruments now, and almost probably, if not my favorite instrument to play.
Awesome. What is your favorite song to play live out of the ones you've got so far?
I think Bottle is probably one of the best ones. It always gets everyone like going. It's like such a party song. We wrote it in the pandemic, and we were like, actually, like, like the whole idea of the song is like going and partying and having a good time with friends, because we couldn't do that at the time. So, that's really what it's about, and it just seems to really get everyone in that mood.
Yeah, I think I've come to like Arm to the Teeth, the last single we did before this one, because I just have this like one-handed groove throughout the whole song, and it's fun to just like do some tricks with the guitar with that and go out into the crowd during that song as well. So I've been like,
Nice. I feel like it would be impossible not to party at a gig you have. Like, it is just like, if you are not like banging your head or moving your ass, you're a robot, mate. Like, I think your music is so infectious and amazing. And what I love about it is, like, I first came across it ages ago, but it was instantly something that I liked and I was drawn to and very comfortable with, but it still sounds like you. So I feel like you kind of do wear your references on your sleeve, but you make it your own as well. Do you hear that a lot? Are you kind of sick of hearing that, or?
No, that's exactly what we're going for. Like, you're obviously going to be influenced by other things, and even, people were influenced by like AC/DC, and that were influenced by Chuck Berry and, early stuff like that. Everyone was influenced by something. So as long as I guess people hear that we are putting our own spin on it, that's all we really can do.
And that is really where the band kind of started at, like with Veronica and Ryan. They started in high school playing with each other, and they just played AC/DC covers together. Like, they'd play like pretty much every AC/DC song. And yeah, that's really where the band sort of formed, and that's kind of how we got our sound as well. So it is kind of important to us,
Yeah. All you can do is just, bring your influences in and try to do it in your own kind of way. And we also have other little things, like Steve kind of really likes like doom and stoner rock, and I really like blues and like early rock. Ryan loves his like heavy death metal. Arthur likes his like glam 80s rock. So we all kind of bring little pieces of that, and it becomes a good like mishmash of things that end up being unique in the end, we hope.
Definitely. And as someone who's a bit of an old fart and probably more your parents' era, I love you so much for keeping it alive. Like, I cannot thank you enough. And I love that you're just bringing it out again, but in your own way. I think it's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no, I mean it. Like, I'm a fan. I'm going to fangirl. One of the songs I love, and I would never have known it was a cover if I didn't know, is Sweet Baby Brown Eyes. Like, I love that you actually covered an Avalanche song. I have to ask, there's a GT in that film clip. Do we know who owns the car?
Yeah, that was actually shot at one of Arthur's family members' farms. So I don't remember if it was the uncle or who it was exactly, but yeah, one of Arthur's family members owns that car. It didn't actually run, which we didn't know until we showed up to film. That's why you don't actually see it like going anywhere, which was the original plan. But anyway, we still got it in the clip. So yeah.
And the quad bikes were working.
Yeah, that's exactly why we ended up using the quad bikes, but still ended up working.
That's sick. Actually, you just talked about Armed to the Teeth. I wanted to ask you, did you go with a game plan to film that in Japan, or did that just happen because you were in Japan at the time?
We definitely did. Yeah, we just thought, we're going all the way to Japan. We want to like get heaps of footage, just make as much use of it as we can, and try to do the music video there. And we decided to do Armed to the Teeth. So we just got a whole bunch of footage at all the shows. We got a lot of footage of just everywhere we went, like sightseeing. And yeah.
The only thing we didn't plan was how tight the schedule was actually probably going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we didn't plan any rest. We were pretty much just like cramming in as much sightseeing as we could do, doing sound check, doing photo shoots, doing video shoots, playing the gigs, doing more video and photo shoots afterwards, and partying afterwards as well. Like we were going on pretty much 2 hours sleep each night for the whole tour, and it was a little bit insane by the end. But
and even with the bullet trains, it was just traveling was so intense as well.
Yeah.
But man,
I don't know how we did it, but it was fun.
It was so much fun.
Would you go back?
Yeah, but we're actually planning our next trip back in next year, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we're definitely keen to go back there.
I'm very jealous of your bullet train experiences, but that's a bucket list thing for me.
They're so cool, man. They're like such a futuristic thing. Like, I kind of wish we had them here. Like that would make things so much easier.
I know, right? We need one from Melbourne to Sydney.
I know, and it'd be like what, maybe 2-3 hours? Like I don't know.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, man.
My apologies. I didn't mean to speak over you then. I'm just too excited to be talking to you.
Yeah. It's just the Zoom delay. It's all right.
I love the fact that you've put out a compilation EP as well. So, like, if anyone's out there, go and buy this compilation EP. It's amazing. So you've got your singles collection, and we're waiting for a debut album. Is that something you can talk about?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's kind of the reason why we did the single compilation, because we are working on the album. It's almost ready, and we are keen to get it out there as soon as possible. But until then, we wanted to like give fans a new CD, because we haven't brought out a new CD in ages, and a new little EP as well. So that's on streaming.
And these songs are probably the best sort of representation of us, like of where we are right now. The old CDs, like they're as good as they are, and as proud as we are of them. Yeah, these songs are just really
it's just the latest stuff. So it's
the best.
What.
Best I think that we've ever done. So.
And you're getting like positive reviews literally around the world, quite literally coming in from all over the place. Do you ever just trip out and go, man, we've been doing this for 6 years and our music's being heard in Germany and everywhere? It's like, I don't know, I'm just so proud of you. I just think it's so cool.
Oh, well,
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's good, I guess, the world we live in today, that, your music can be heard in, like, all these different countries, and hopefully we get to tour there soon as well. So we've already been to Japan, and Germany is a big one that we want to go to as well as South America and just Europe in general, the UK. So it's crazy that our music's already being heard there, and, hopefully it just opens doors for us in the future as well for touring and more releases, and
Amazing. So you've had some pretty sweet support acts. Is there any band out there that you'd really froth to tour with? Is there someone that's like wish list kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
probably Airborne.
Yeah, probably Airborne, we'd say. One of the bigger rock bands of the last decade or so from Australia, so they'd be awesome to tour with. AC/DC too, but that's probably never going to happen.
Well, at least Airborne know who you are. I mean, that's a heads up. To quote Joel, you fucking rock, or you're fucking awesome, I believe the quote was.
He's come to like 2 or 3 of our gigs, I think.
He wasn't at Cherry Bar Saturday, but when we were in Melbourne just a few weeks ago, he was at that show, and that was awesome.
That is awesome.
Really liked Armed to the Teeth, which is a really big compliment to hear. So
100%. Like, I don't know. For me, I'm not in a band. I'm not talented enough, so I talk to bands. Those who can't do talk right. I reckon that would just be the ultimate compliment. Someone that you admire actually digs your music.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, still kind of pinching ourselves. Like, yeah, it doesn't really seem real, but it's good. It's cool. Like, definitely one of the biggest sort of compliments that you could possibly sort of get. You know, definitely like made us think we're on the right path,
doing the right thing. Yeah.
So when is the ETA for the album roughly?
Hopefully early next year. We've just got to wrap up a few more things, and we're thinking about maybe adding another song or two. But yeah, like it's kind of in the very last stages at the moment. So yeah, very early next year, very hopefully.
Oh, that's exciting! That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
And you played on a boat not so long ago, is that right?
Yeah, that was such an insane experience. Like playing on the Sydney Harbour, and like some of the videos we got with the skyline in the background was awesome. But I think the craziest part was like when the band started, because it was a 3-story boat and we were all playing on the top floor. But as the bands all started, it was like 40 or 50-kilometer winds all just started gusting in.
Oh no!
So it was insane. You couldn't really see, or like it was nuts, but
it was very chaotic. But it was fun.
The footage looked amazing. That's why I wanted to ask you about it. I'm like, how many people can say they've played on a boat? And as you said, with that harbour view behind you, that was amazing.
Yeah,
definitely
very,
like a bucket list moment. It was cool.
Very dreamlike, because we played a song about Sydney. The song was about Sydney, and like that, having that in the background was just really sort of crazy to see. Like it was like, it fit well.
Please tell me you're referencing Get Back to Fuck with City.
Yeah.
I don't think we could swear, so that's why you didn't say the name.
Oh, do you know what? It's fine. I love that song so much. Like, that was just one of those random ones that popped up, and I had to like double check. I'm like, did that say what I think it said? And then I typed it out, and I'm like, yeah, it did. Tell me about that song, because I love it.
It's so funny. Yeah, that's like the first song we ever wrote together. So like it was.
It's a little bit like juvenile, I guess.
Yeah, it's like probably the most immature song that we've ever done. But I mean,
it's fun. People seem to really get into it.
We still play it today. People still sing along to it. So it's it's just like one of those little throwback things. And we wrote it about Sydney, so it was just perfect to play it when we were playing on Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, it's awesome. I actually really love that song. So I don't know what that says about me, but I don't care. I like what I like. Like, I'm not going to apologise for it. Yeah. Apologies. Sorry, Steve.
No, I was just saying I appreciate that.
By the time this airs, there's still going to be some November gig dates out there, and we will post them when this goes up. But you're also doing Arlie Beach as well, yeah?
Yeah, Arlie Beach this year is going to be crazy.
Because your passport winners, I'm literally talking to a bunch of winners here.
That was a really, really like crazy experience, because we just randomly entered this band comp, not expecting anything, because we've done a few band comps before and we've never even come close to winning any of them. And we ended up winning this one, and we had like an awesome time. They gave us like VIP passes, we got free drinks and food and that. We got to play with some really awesome, like we got to play in the main stage along with like Ian Moss and Ross Wilson and Frenzel Rome and all these guys. And we just can't wait. Like, it's going to be such a cool experience this year. There's the Roast Tattoo. There's the Sweet.
I believe we're playing right before Thirsty Night, which is going to be crazy.
Thirsty Night and Jebediah,
yeah.
Should be good.
It's going to be sick.
I think 4 or 5 shows all together while we're up there, so we're going to be playing a lot.
They asked us to do the after party as well, which is going to be fun.
No, that is awesome. Congratulations. Like, I reckon that's mad. I love it. I love seeing a band like you getting the recognition too. Like, that just warms the cockles of my heart.
Well, yeah, it's such an awesome experience, Arlie Beach, because it's like really one of the sort of last few places in Australia that seem to, or at least that weekend, is just solely about live music. Like, they have it literally 24/7 for like 5 days straight.
Well, that'll suit you in your party vibes. So just keep going.
Absolutely.
Oh, I lost my thought then. You know when you just have a thought and it just goes pa-ching, pa-ching? That's me today. Okay, so how long have you been making music? Like, the band's been around since 2018, but what's a little bit of the backstory before?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, like Veronica and Ryan sort of met each other and started playing with each other in high school. And slowly after a couple of years of playing with each other, they sort of, reached out to a few people and eventually found me, eventually found Arthur, a rhythm guitarist. And yeah, that was like probably 2018, 2019 when we kind of started making music and making noise together. But yeah, we've written close to, what was it, 3 EPs now?
Yeah.
Over 6 years, and it's just, it's been a pretty lengthy but good experience for all of us, and we've all grown as musicians, and I think we're all pretty proud of like a lot of our work. Like even the start, was kind of rocky, but as it was, because like we kind of like hit that pandemic period just as we were starting to get going, and that was a fun sort of experience to go through. But we got through it, and I feel like we came out a lot stronger from that. So it's been cool.
Onward and upward.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you could wave the magic wand and just nothing was a restriction or a restraint, money or whatever, all that crap, what's the ultimate dream? Where would you love to be? What's the ultimate goal, if we could wave our magic wands?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the ultimate goal is to get to a level where someone like Airborne is these days, where they're just always, touring the world, always playing Wacken and all those big festivals in Europe, and just able to play anywhere they want, whenever they want, kind of thing is definitely where we want to get. Like, quit our day jobs and do this all the time.
I suppose just be able to have music as a career, that would be the main goal to begin with. But yeah, world domination for sure.
Well, anyone who's watching this, go out and support Avalanche like right now. You won't regret it. If you love hard-hitting rock, guitar riffs, like if you love any of the old stuff, AC/DC, Rose Tattoo, all the good stuff, but with a modern twist, you need to get on board, support these people so they can fly the Australian flag all around the world and get paid to be artists. That would be amazing. I wish that for you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to let you both go, but I just wanted to say a massive thank you to both of you for your time. I really wish you all the very best, and you will see my ugly little head at a gig in the not too distant future.
So thank you again for having us as well. We really appreciate it.
You.
Absolute pleasure. Have an amazing night.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
you too.
Thank you for having us.